See, these are these moments where I go viral on this show. Because a few months ago, I said something on this show that got millions of views. And I'm going to say it again tonight.
Go ahead.
A man's vulnerability. When a man gets with you, he will give you that for free. Now, it's very hard for a man to give you that. But he will eventually give you that. And when he gives you that, let me tell you the mistake that women make. You take it for granted. So, say, for instance, me and you are together.
Okay.
And I say, you know what? When I was growing up, my mama wasn't shit. She treated me like shit. She talked to me like shit. And I just need to be with a woman that does not do that or does not cause that. Then as soon as me and you get into an argument, guess what happens?
You do that.
You say, see, I see why your mama did that shit to you. And then as soon as you do that, he's done with you. He ain't going to tell you that, but he done with you. And then somebody would be like, why are you so disconnected? Because 4 months ago, you said some shit you shouldn't have said. That scarred him deeply, but he ain't going to say nothing because guess what? Men have a problem. They don't leave. They don't leave. They stay right there in it. They stay right there. That, okay, I got to stay for the kids. I got to stay because I'm stable. I got to stay because I bought this house for my family. I got to forgive her one day, but I'm never going to trust her again. And that's what happens in a lot of situations. That's why a lot of these men are like the way they are. And a lot of women do that to their men and think it's okay to say that. Talk about the things that he shared deeply with you.
Well, I think because you're not the first person that said that. I've heard a lot of men complain about that, and I've had conversations with multiple men, and every single time when it come down to like the nitty gritty of the conversation of why relationships don't work for them or why they feel unsafe or don't want to give it another chance is because, like you said, women take that vulnerability for granted. But I think a lot of that is also still communication because, like, you know, women, we're emotional. We're taught to be emotional. Y'all are taught to be logical. So when we're in an argument, it's like second nature for me to cut you with my words because that's what a woman can do. A woman knows the right things to say. When we're nurturers, we're taught, like how she was saying earlier, we're taught that. It's kind of like instilled in us, but we're also taught it. So we know what the right things to say are. We know what the wrong things to say are. And even if those wrong things are the right things for us in those moments to cut you, it doesn't matter. At that point, it's fair game, you know. And I'm not saying that makes it okay. That's what quite literally makes it a problem. But that doesn't become a woman problem at that point. That becomes a childhood problem. How did you grow up? Who taught you how to communicate when you get upset? Who taught you how to, you know, voice your problems? Who taught you how to respond to other people's problems? And that's no longer a gender problem. That's now a you problem.
Yes.
Right. Now I will say this because I know everybody else got to cook. But I'll say this. See, men were taught to get the fuck up. Women were taught, come here, boo-boo, let me look at it. So that's the difference. So men are going to be more logical and men are going to be more, that's why our vulnerability is so important because growing up, men could not have emotions.